I love weird. Let's get weird.
Yeah, I think there was a moment where we were all balancing fruit and vegetables on our head.
Some of the guys contributed to the vegetables. I think they brought mushrooms.
I'm Ashley McBryde, and we probably shouldn't tell you this, but this one time, 6 of us locked ourselves in a house for a few days. It'd probably be easier just to say 1 kitchen table, 8 bottles of tequila, 2 cartons of cigarettes, and 6 people that are half out of their brain. I think the beauty of Lindeville being a town is it's a town you've never been to, but you totally have. How did this happen? Well, there were a few of us, Nicolette Hayford and Aaron Ratier and I, we were writing a song.
We're like, man, we keep writing in these characters.
Ronnie.
Jenny.
The big purple dinosaur.
Brenda.
This guy named Pete.
We started thinking about how Lindeville was probably bigger than we were thinking.
And then the sentence gets said. We're looking at all these characters we've had from over the years, and we say to each other, you know what would be cool?
Maybe we should give these people a place to live.
Maybe it kicked into high gear once we acknowledged it.
But what happens after that is I made a phone call. And I started calling my publisher. I know that Nicolette called her publisher. We said, we want to set up a retreat. We want to take 5 or 6 of us somewhere here in Tennessee. And we want to do this thing where we take all these characters and we give them neighbors and we give them a place to live. Sure, no problem.
I found a very weird house.
So it's cabiny in like a cabiny kind of way. It doesn't smell like a shed. Very cabiny smelling. Like this smell doesn't come in a candle.
There was definitely some kind of weird vibe going on in there. But yeah, haunted pirate ship is where we wrote this. We thought about who we wanted to come and our favorite people. And Ashley, when we go on retreats, she always has me pick a wild card. So I picked Benji Davis as the wild card writer.
I think I bring a teamwork spirit.
This retreat was the first time I had met Benji, and he was very quiet. But let me tell you, when he started singing Gospel Night at the strip club.
Connie cries. That's how we know we're onto something good, is like when Connie cries, we know it's like we're on the right track.
It's a scene of characters.
We sat down at the kitchen table.
I was here, Ashley, Patty, Benji. Brandy Clark, she would just so politely noodle on her guitar. Aaron Ratier was always kicked back behind her. They were off over here.
I think Brenda Put Your Bra On is the first song we write. There are portions of this retreat that are hard to remember, and I don't mean from being in an altered state.
We were super sober, but the opposite.
Something was so magical floating around in the air and in the ether.
I mean, I was pretty stoned.
We didn't know what we were doing, but we knew how to do it, which is a weird way to say it. I don't know what that means, really. But like, if you had asked me when we were doing it, what we were doing, I wouldn't have been able to really tell you.
We sit down and we're all kind of, here's our paper and it's blank. And what are we gonna write first? What needs to happen first in this town? And Nicolette tells this story about this fight.
I lived in a small town for a long time, and my stepsister, the neighbors were fighting, and there's not a lot to do. That's the entertainment. And she'd be like, "Put your bra on, the neighbors are fighting. We gotta go over there."
So we just jumped in.
It started like on the porch. I could like hear it in my head, but I hadn't like quite figured it out yet to like say it.
She had this idea, but it hadn't fully come out of her mouth yet, and I was trying to contribute. And it winds up with her on the porch smoking and me coming out there, and I'm like, I'm trying to contribute, but you won't tell me what page you're on. And she said, can you just shut up for 3 minutes?
She's like, is it this? Is it this? And I'm like, no, that's not it. And she's like, what is it? And I was like, I gotta sit at the piano for a minute.
She's playing this bloom, bloom, bloom. And we're all being like, da da da, and whoa, whoa, just like making sounds and doing all of this stuff. I had to use the restroom.
And then she went to the bathroom to pee, and then she came out and she's like, is it
Bonfire at Tina's? How's that? Are you gonna use it?
Yes! She peed it right out.
They got in an argument? At what point?
I am so proud of what we've created. This magical thing that wasn't there, and now it's there. And
we had done all this creating and taken so much from that atmosphere, but put so much back into that atmosphere creatively. We do strip the beds and wipe the counters down, and then we try to get home with all these groceries. I don't know why we think there's gonna be 18 of us staying, but I can tell you that as we left, we kind of each turned and looked at the house again and had this like,
feel like Like I missed somewhere I've never been.
What in the world just happened? Did we just waste our entire weekend just hanging out, singing about bras and people drinking vodka? And yeah, we did.
The sentence that starts with, you know what would be cool if, it ends with a record like this.